Hello, beautiful ether. It was a little stormy today, so beach day pushed off a little bit more. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as it once was. And it takes about an hour to get to the coast, so I really gotta make sure the weather holds up because it's quite a long drive to get stuck. It's in the beginning phases of Florida spring, so the water is a little cold. I know I'm a baby. I was born and raised in Florida, so like hot stuff. And it's not that the water is cold. It's just that it's still got that winter power to it. And swimming, I'm really wanting to just swim. And I really like to be able to see where I'm swimming. And when it's a little rough and a little murky, you can't really see that much. And it's wild down there. There's a lot to see. And I just want to be able to see it. And went to the beach, not yesterday, but the day before. Grabbed a ton of shells with no inhabitants in it, just shoreline shells. I grabbed a little bowl full to sift here. That's what I found the shark tooth in. And so it's nice to curb my beachcombing desire. I also found a new piece of rosary, a tiny little piece. I have a necklace that every time I find a little fragment of rosary, I add to it. So I'm going to be doing that in a second. I'm not sure what I should work on today. I have a few markets in the area that I really want to vend. Now I don't have a full table worth. I made another one of those brooches. But put a figure 8 in the center. Because I'm thinking like this. This. Like that. And it's just starting to put some wire on some of the shells from the ocean. These have quickly become my favorite. Let me tell you exactly what they are, because for some reason my memory is just like Florida Atlantic seashells East seashells. There's this noise I like to make, but I can't. I'm trying to break through my shyness, because like I could ramble, but when it comes to like singing, I lock up. But there's a sound that's really fun to make, and it goes like this. I can't do it. Cockle. That's the other one, a cockle. Let's see. Okay. Trying to find one with the appropriate shells. Because it's not a cockle. It's something else. I have my old phone charging, so I could just use Google Lens. Common face seashells. Okay, maybe I'll have the information I'm seeking. Oh, the live Scotch bonnets could be like. Wow, how much is a pound of assorted seashells on eBay? $10. Dang! I could be banking. No. I have too much attachment, and that's another thing I'm trying to ease. I'm trying to sell off most of my belongings right now. I'm a collector, and I pretty much keep it to yard sales and thrift stores and church sales, any little markets. Pants are way too big for me. But just get attached to the darndest things. Like, I have a little box of scrap bits of paper. I mean, for some reason I can't throw away a fortune cookie fortune, so I just got a jar full of them. Well, I got like marbles and like normal stuff. Yeah, a jar of marbles. I think that's pretty normal. And coins, of course. Everyone's gotta have a jar of coins. I might pass this on only because it's really hard not to open. However, they're fresh pennies, and I know people who like to look for the double strikes, or let me tell you exactly what year they are. Now, I'm not sure if they're all from the same year. I'm not sure how this works. Well, I can't tell you because the backs are, but the pennies have, let me see. What does it say? I've been staying inside way too often, and I could tell my vision is like being affected by it, because I'm quite an outdoorsy person. However, just a lot of lifestyle changes, and obviously I'm gonna feel like a different person. Go from swimming and walking to the beach every day to not leaving the house at all. And like, my mom always says, "Oh, look what you're young." It just drives me nuts. Like my like spine hurts from walking on tile so often, and but when I tell people that, they're like, "Oh, well, you're skinny," or "Oh, you're still young," or this and that. My spine still hurts. Like, I don't know what to say. It's not. I don't want to sound like an idiot. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know. People all suffer through their own circumstances, and it takes 2 seconds to look at your own life and be like, like, these are the things that are, like, off my personal center, and, especially right now, like, I really feel like this, just, this dark feeling in the pit of my stomach that I can't shake, and, I've had my share of dark days, and, like, my childhood was pretty dark, and I maintain my own, like, my own happiness. I really do put an effort into not allowing any form of negativity to take over, because dark thoughts and depression, anxiety, very hard to shake. However, there are choices that you can make. Like, if you feel really bad, just, it sounds ridiculous, but go outside and tip over a log. There's so much happening underneath every log, every rock, and it's just one of those things that I always do. And I actually tried to upload a video yesterday, and but the upload failed, and I forgot to re-upload it. There's so many different species, and they're all like just, it's really cool. Little metropolis areas under the logs. But yesterday I saw a slender, what do they call them? Glass lizard? Glass lizards look like snakes. They look kind of like short, chody snakes, but they're lizards. They're legless lizards. And someone yesterday, after a bunch of logs and rocks were moved, and it let me sit there. I mean, to me, I was petting it. To him, I was probably just poking it. But it was so smooth and so nice. And usually they're quite fast, and then they just get on out of there. But yeah, it was really, really nice 2 minutes of life. And I keep saying I'm taking a break from watching the news, but then I have this weird guilt that like overcomes, like I don't know, I can't explain it. It's ridiculous, but definitely keeping busy. And I was just listening to some like stuff on it's so hard to like, I don't know, never mind. The world ends, the world ends. At least we're friends. I still like this a lot. Ooh, my hair is all kinds of like just it's quite windy outside, and definitely, I don't know. Is it obvious I'm trying to stay positive, or I don't know. I thought it was gonna be further into the stream I start like having an existential crisis. Maybe I should end the stream and start it again. Or play some Call of Duty. Call of Judge Judy. Okay, that's a good idea that you had there. Hello. Got some stuff ready for markets, and I'm really stoked about it, even though I keep missing them. Yeah. The joys of not having a car in the middle of the world falling apart. But that's okay. I decided I'm just gonna start harassing Sauron, because, you know, they might have some deals that I'm not aware of, or, I don't know, something. It's a great company, and I have so many questions because I really like that as a solution, because unfortunately right now, like, everybody I know is suffering hardcore, but I don't know, it seems like every time I save for a car, like some crazy thing happens, and like right now my parents are falling apart, so I'm just absolutely scrambled. Thank God for craft supplies, that's all I can say. And look, I made some of these rings with some more of the scrap. I just look tired all the time. That's okay. It's got gold leaf, copper. You can't really see. My hands are still stained. Trying to pick a book because I want to start reading out loud. It's just one of those things that I really want to get better at, because every time I go to read something like on a stream, I just get so jumbled, and I really do want to get more involved with my local community, and so I figured probably a really good time to. This map I'm not very good at, but I need to wake my brain up so bad, and yeah, one of my friends might be moving back to Florida. It's been lonely. Not gonna lie. But I'm such a self-content person, so sometimes it takes a while for me to notice that. And I don't mean that like self-content, like I mean like when I'm alone, like I don't instantly start. The boredom doesn't really creep in for me very easily, because I'm always. Like, sometimes I'll go and I'll go search some beads to kill a few minutes, and then it'll be like hours later, and it's just, I have so many little hobbies like that really keep me from, yeah, maybe I should move the camera. I'm still practicing on this new controller. And it's amazing how not finicky, but please don't mind my creation station. Can you see? It's weird. But if anybody's on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I have Modern Warfare 2 too, but I'm just a little better at this one, I think. I don't know what it is. It feels a little smoother. But this, they always be over here. This is pretty weird. It's like I have a buddy next to me. It's, I wish I could listen to some music. I've been re-listening to stuff I listened to in middle school. And what a trip. Jesus Christ. I don't know why there wasn't a single concerned adult, but very I went through a lot of phases when I was a kid. And I can't focus on anything today. Where are these people? Losing it. It's all my fault. Are you mad at me? Oh my god, are you mad at me? Alright, I'm just gonna make it so these people lose, and now I'm experiencing guilt. Okay, man. Just can't focus today at all. Back to work. At least I don't have to travel too far. I've been going through a lot of these pants that are like really big on me. I can't seem to find any pants that fit. I don't know what happened to clothing, but it's either I just can't find pants that fit at all. I really do good at wearing pants. I've been in between quite a few projects, and I like this has to be put. And I have only one plastic storage thing left, so I'm trying to be strategic in what I'm organizing, because in my town, I could just walk in to the dollar store and grab some more bins, storage bins, but there's no such place near here, and so everybody's getting Ziplocs right now, but then they'll be reused. So too upset about it. And I kind of have a new lease on life right now. Just, I know I do my darndest to cause no harm in other people's lives. Not even to insects. I don't kill insects. And I say insects like that. And so I'm starting to beat myself up less. So I don't know what else to I cannot stand using Ziplocs for storage because they don't stack. And when they're all kind of in a pile, they all look the same. So there's a ton of Rodrushka and cowrie shells just from getting any broken jewelry that happened, because a lot of times the broken jewelry just ends up in a landfill. And I'm not saying that it's not just going to be pulverized and lost in a million years. I'm saying that it's still useful, it's still usable. And a lot of the glass beads, especially the ones that are all like notchy in different sizes, are handmade. And I really like to be able to avoid that stuff going before it's time. Because I can't stress enough, in my humble opinion, we're one of many civilizations that have attempted to climb the castle, if you will. Which every now and then I'll hear someone notice or mention the larger seasons of this planet, which I always thought was very odd that people didn't. Like, there isn't just 4 seasons. Like, we're hurling through space, and our planet has behaviors of its own, and there's clear. I'm really big into archaeology, obviously, as a hobby. It's like just anything human fascinates me naturally, and like I don't watch a lot of TV because reality is stranger than fiction, and it's just, I don't know, it's quite obvious to me that because like it's so hard to say things these days. Like every random sentence that I come up, like even if I talk about my diet, I feel like I'm offending someone. Like and I am a people pleaser. I am, and so I really don't like feeling like I'm offending someone, and that's why I'm getting quite bothered by that, because like I already put a lot of effort into I don't know, putting myself in anybody's shoes I possibly can, and I don't know, and it's easy to get jaded, but I don't know, I'm so aware that like every human being is insanely complex. Like, we don't have the same desires, we don't have the same goals, and that's beautiful. And like, to me, Earth has done this before, and I know a lot of people, and there's a lot of different theories that like line up with this. This is just my personal like whatever, based on patterns, and because human beings are data feeders. We absorb our surroundings, and how do you say? I gotta just end this stream. This is retarded. I don't know what to say anymore. Like, I can't think. I'm just trying to say that, like, I just don't like the day anymore. I'm like sweating trying to figure out like words that don't offend. What was I gonna say anyway? It's a volatile planet. My favorite planet, obviously. But I really wish archaeology was like more of the forefront of every human being, because then I think our desires, like global desires, because I'm an individualist. I try not to like group people together because we're just totally different, and again, that's a beautiful thing. But I mean, there's no secret. There's I think over like about 40 or 50 flood myths, and like I've been saying for the last few years that it feels like time is going by faster, and I jokingly say that it feels like we switched our like position in space or something, and I also say, like, in regards to global warming or whatever, and I'm not gonna go into that, I guess, but because what do I know? All I know is this planet is really big and it's very old, and it's gonna be here. It was here long before us, and will be here long after us. Granted, like, something huge doesn't happen, because there's plenty of like events where like the magnetic fields, which protects us to begin with, gets disrupted or Like, please excuse my ignorance. I went through the U.S. school system, so, I like, evolution wasn't even taught at the middle school I went to. It was a Catholic school, and it's just all over the place, and like, that's why I really don't judge people if they can't name like the capitals of certain states or anything like that. I really don't, because I'm fully aware. Like, when I went to high school, they were running a scam that it was a charter school. Every kid with a Bob Marley shirt, Sublime shirt, tie-dye, would be drug tested every quarter. And those kids would get kicked out. But since it was a charter school, they got to keep the, per head, and the profits per head. And they would do that every quarter, and then let a bunch of new kids in, and then get rid of anybody. It was ridiculous. And I actually caught on to it, and I asked them about it, and I was promptly kicked out. And it was a film school. And very, very scummy place. But there was like, another thing, a lot of the teachers ended up getting cancer because they used, you remember how schools, they needed more rooms, so they put those like mobile classrooms? Well, the mobile classrooms over at my high school were from Hurricane Katrina, and there's been multiple lawsuits from the teachers that had to teach in them, and I guess they were full of asbestos and and they just got them because they were free or something. I forgot what the story was. They were really excited about these free things, and I was like, that's kind of dark. But on top of that, it was just, film was the focus there, and understandable, it was a film school, but it was a high school, so like, but film was the focus there. I don't know what it's like now, this is forever ago. And then after I left there, because I didn't have a choice, I went to a dropout prevention school, only because I went to Lake Worth High. There's a little too many people. I went for 2 weeks, and I only went 2 days. I just tri-railed it to Miami, because it was just too many people. And, like, everybody spraying Axe in the classroom. Call me a prude, but I can't breathe. Like, how am I supposed to, like, chill in here? All these girls are spraying, like, chocolate Axe or whatever it was at the time. And I don't judge, I literally just couldn't inhale. But, and then, dropout prevention, which, oh my god, the place was intense. And, very small school. I definitely stuck out. I wore tie-dye every day, and I had feathers in my hair. I walked around barefoot at lunch. And once, the food was so bad that I brought my fishing pole to school, and I was like, this food is inedible. And they were like, this food is fine. And I was like, no. The fish in the canal, guarantee you won't eat it. And so I brought my fishing pole to school and used it as bait, and sure enough, not a single thing bit on the food. It was, like this weird burger in a bag. It was just a hamburger in a bag, a sealed bag, and it was really inedible. And, yeah, but there isn't much learning. Like, they would just, the teachers there were, oh man, I loved them so much because they were just such real people. Like, you had, the computer teacher and the math teacher who were in a loving relationship, Miss Saul and Miss something. It's a very vague name, so like, I don't remember names. Anyway, they followed the Grateful Dead throughout the 80s, and actually made a few things out of a leather jacket I got of theirs, because the leather was still good, but all of the stitching was bad and there was holes in it. And the other teacher, Mr. Shepard, he was my favorite. Oh my god, that poor dude. He was just like down on his luck, and lived in a motel, and I would sit with them and talk, and he'd tell me about all the you know, the ladies of the night that were his neighbors, but they would make him food, and like, that's what he would call them. Ladies of the night. Yeah, that's what he called them. And he'd always have cigarette burns in his pocket. And he was really broke, and so he'd put out his cigarettes and put them in his pocket. So he's always had a big hole in his pocket. But it was really cool. He would bring me like Simon and Garfunkel CDs, and I would go home and burn them and bring them back. And it was really cool. I don't know what I was talking about. Words cannot describe how freaked out I am right now. It's really hard to pretend I'm not, because I don't really pretend. Like I usually won't stream if I'm in a bad mood, but I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just really freaked out, and everybody I could find discussing it is just like really bizarre, and I don't know what to say. And like, I heard someone say, I don't want to even open that. Sorry. But the excitement over the rapture is freaking me out. On top of millions of other things. And like, I heard someone say, isn't this exciting? In regards to like some horrific shit. Because like, it's like, I don't get it. And I just feel really lost. And not very creative, to be frank, but the world doesn't stop. It really doesn't. It doesn't stop. Like, I gotta look up on YouTube. I gotta look up on YouTube just to see, why isn't this working? Sadness. It doesn't make you a selfish person if you focus inward and avoid everything that's happening. It does not make you a selfish person. Like, a lot of my, like, people in my, like, personal, like, real world circle or whatever, just the anger that they have towards, like, their friends is just, oh, it's such a turn on. And I just don't know what to say. I just, like, on that bridge, oh my god, the bridge to Baltimore, Maryland, a freighter ship lost its power and couldn't stop or couldn't operate the rotors, which the rotors, isn't that the turning? There's not like a manual way to engage those. That's intense to think about. That's all computer. Like, well, all, like, powered, so if the power is lost, that's so intense. Those ships are huge. Huge. I mean, you could tell by how big they are, because the shipping containers, we all see those going down 95. Some people, well, we are changed. Warning of cyber attack potential. Cyber attack. Yeah, this guy. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Tracks NYC, but this dude is just like, I love this dude.
Free samples. Let's see if anybody wants a Tracks bags. These are.
Let's go.
No, you're good. Okay. All right. Let's see. The trick
It's just
isn't
a trip. It was really entertaining to watch.
because if they do, He'll get it, but there's too many cameras. Sir,
It's
a free
just
sandwich.
absolutely frozen. Whoops. I don't know what to do with myself today. I really don't. Keeping myself sane with crafts and salvage goods. That is not. I'm not succeeding. I'm just I just I don't know. The intensity of reality is not lost on me. You know, there are thousands of fallen civilizations, not because, you know, they found something better. The most horrific things just happen all of the time. And I don't think there is any getting around that. The only thing that there is getting around is having a better mental state and a better understanding. Because like I said, a lot of people, in my opinion, seem like they don't know like other people live on this planet. Like the streets heal themselves, and it takes so many people to keep a society functioning. And no one is forced, and you know what I mean? Like, there isn't a caste system here, there isn't anything like that, you know, I could grow plants, not for the state, I could just grow plants and throw them on Facebook Marketplace, and I think that's brilliant. And, not only that, like, street cleaners, garbage men, or people, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, masons, vets, active duty people. Active duty people, why did that sound silly? There are so many moving pieces. In my opinion, society gets a little closer every time before we run out of time, before the earth swallows its own surface. Because this planet isn't, like, to cut through some of this planet isn't designed for us. Like, we've adapted to the planet. I don't know where we came from. If we came from a different place and crash landed and just started, who knows? Or if we really did evolve, or, you know, we just get a little closer to getting off this planet and spreading the human seed until we run out of time in that. Because there's larger seasons, and like, something can happen in space at any time. Like a solar flare, there's so much hurling past this planet at all times. And like, all these prophecies. The only thing I feel that's prophecy, or like, I'll just put it simply, in my opinion, we're a self-prophesizing species. There's that, or that all of the biblical texts and legend and lore is simply just like to keep track of the larger seasons. Because you can almost visualize it getting so close, like flying too close to the sun in Emil's rings, getting so close, and then everything is buried, and then you have to build again, and then it gets buried, and then you build again, and every time you build again, you get a little closer to shooting yourself off the planet. That, yes, it holds so much life, but it's also volatile, in the sense that at any moment, like,
magma could start oozing out of the surface, or a super tornado, or a super storm, or maybe a plate slipping, and there's so much that could happen, and none of that has to do with people. Not a fucking thing. I'm sorry. I'm a little annoyed today. Because I just see this all on TV, and not a single person is mentioning anything like real world. It's all just stuff in between people. And like opinions, and like dead ass saying people said one thing, and then that person will be like, no, I didn't. Here's like the amount of evidence, because we all exist on the internet now. And then they're like, no, you didn't say that. That's like saying the sky is blue. No, it's red. Oh, okay, the sky is red. I don't get it, and it's really freaking me out. Because, that's psychotic. That's literally psychotic. There's so much proof, and nobody gives a shit. Like, and then, like, then people are put in the position of, like, defending something because it's true, and then everybody else is like, oh, why are you defending that? And it's like, all I know, like, is that I'm not sure about anything. The only thing I'm sure of is, like, you know, if I kick this desk, it will hurt, my feet will feel uneven, and I will have to kick it with the other feet so I feel even again. That's all I know. I know I am in this room, and I know that this life has lasted up to this point, and that's to the extent of my knowledge. I don't know how long this life is going to go on. I don't know, you know. I don't know. I think I'm actually having, like... Yeah, 100%. And hello, Spencer. There's been such a strange, separation. And, I when I was a kid, I grew up on a boat, camping, all that. Even if it was just camping in our yard. Little fires. And then, like, I try to talk to people now, and they're just like, oh, I hate the sun. And, like, they'll go out in the sun for 2 seconds and slather themselves. And, like, you need the sun. Like, you really should get out in the sun a little bit every day to get the vitamin D. And it's just like, oh, I take a pill for that. That's not just one person, that's a lot of people. There's a huge separation. And, like, I live on the coast of Florida. Well, not on the coast anymore, but, like, pretty dang close. And I can't even find anybody to go, like, have beach adventures or anything. Because people just, I mean, the people I currently know, don't seem to want to be outside at all. And, just watch show. Do you want to watch the show instead? No. And it's not that I don't like shows. I mean, I love being entertained. I love entertainment. I try to keep it to at least, like, educational or comedic. And, because that is a lot of time that just disappears watching a movie. Like, and I just don't feel like I get a lot from that. And, every now and then there'll be, like, a part of the storyline that, like, does change my way of thinking, but, or adds to it, rather. But I know how short life is, and I know how long, like, movies can be. And I'm just so good on that. And not on top of that, it's like, all the actors are just people that, like, go through insane amounts of suffering and then fakes these emotions. It's the whole thing always has been a little bizarre to me. But I understand it. I even want to try acting one day. I think that would be very fun. But, I'm not consumed by it, and I refuse. Of course I want to watch, you know, a season of whatever everyone's talking about at the time, but it makes me feel weird inside. Oh, what, in 5 years we gotta hear about how
everyone on set was molested and like threatened and this and that and silent. I'm so good on that. Like every time I look to Hollywood, all I see is suffering, and I'm just so good on that. Like a long time ago, I briefly tried to get into modeling only because I was tall and skinny. Like that was it. That's all you needed to be back then. And I'm obviously kidding. It's way more complicated. It's definitely very complicated work. However, everyone felt predatory. This one dude married a hairstylist, grabbed my face and tried to shove his tongue down my throat. Like, literally. I could not believe it. And the dude was like 4 feet tall. Like, oh, like, just, I know he doesn't know who my dad is, but like, I almost freaked out on his face. Like, and yeah, just like very predator. And he's like doing my hair, and like it's just very strange. Yeah, the suffering. Yeah, no, some creeps do be like that. I'll never forget some guy who just got into Florida. This is another situation like that. Grabbed my face and tried to kiss me on the lips, and I pushed him, and the guy's mouth was like really dry from being sunburnt, and his lips got stuck on his teeth, so like that. It's really dry. So it was pretty funny. It's still gnarly, but whatever. The owner of the restaurant I was working at from the time was from France, and he was like the coolest dude I've ever met. And he just grabbed a big chair and was just like pushing the dude out of the building. It was a little bar, bar-centric city, I should say. And it's bars, antique shops, and art galleries. Yeah. Yeah. I have quite a few stories like that, though. I remember once there was a little man. He was not speaking English. I couldn't understand what he was saying, and I tried to tell him like I don't know what you're saying, and you're like following me home. He was following me, just talking, non-stop talking, very drunk. So I was like trying to, remain calm. And I was like, please just fuck off. As soon as he heard me say fuck off, and he charged at me. I was walking home from work, I had heels on, so I had to run like a bunch of blocks away from my apartment. Long story short, the neighbor next day told me he was beating a big stick on his house trying to find me. And when the cops finally got there, he was rolling up a dollar bill and trying to catch it on fire in a gas tank. Yeah. Lake Worth. If anyone is in Southeast Florida, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I like learning a lot of words. If you have any recommendations or any of your favorite words, please do recommend them. There's one German word that I'm in love with, and it's, I don't know how to pronounce it, like Waldensamkeit or Waldensamkeit. If you look up like top most interesting German words, it's definitely on this list. But it's the feeling of being alone in the woods. And I'll look up the words. I know it's Walden. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm. What? Yes. Waldensamkeit. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. It's the feeling of being alone in the woods. Don't know if you can see. Oh, is it backwards? Weird. So it's just going to use my little brain here and put it right in the chat. Forget that I can do that. Try really hard not to look. Oh, cool. Vault or vault? Wait. Vault as forest. Very cool. I was just thinking Walden Lake. I wonder if that. Walden Pond. Oh, wait, real quick. Oh, a Hemmelbill? Hemmelbill. Yeah, so I was really getting into isometric perspective, and isometric is the angles don't converge like into a vanishing point, and so a box, like a cube, you could see two sides on the top rather than just one side. And I discovered that that is also, it's called WimmelBuild, and the art is really, really similar. Ooh, what's his name? There's a famous pixel artist trio called E-Boy. E-Boy? E-Boy. Yeah, E-Boy. And that's like my biggest inspiration as far as the pixel art I've been trying to make for KYNTO. And which I'm coming from the world of crafting, so this is really the first little bit. I did try to learn some Python a long time ago to try to do like image generation, but I just ended up breaking my computer. And isometric, you could see like everything is the same size. I'm trying to find the Miami airport. Oh, that's actually a really nice one to see. The buildings. I gotta save that. Can't stand when people. I mean, not people, Jesus. I can't stand when I find a really great image on Google Image and then you'll click it and then it's like the background of the website, so I can't save it. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Not the most technologically savvy, unfortunately, but I'm learning more every day because it's a fantastic tool. I just it's a little too outdoorsy my entire life. I didn't think I had a computer for a year or something, and I mean, I tell this story often because it's the perfect example. My phone was stolen. I was looking for a little job, just a temporary job at the beach. And my phone got stolen. It was shattered. It was stolen out of my bike basket. Went 5 years without one. Best 5 years of my life. Oh, cool. And Einsamkeit. Einsamkeit. Or Ian. Einsamkeit. I'll write that down. German's one of those languages. One day I really do hope to not become fluent, but at least pick up on more than I can currently. It's really hard learning a language without practicing it, and I use tandem a lot, especially even just to talk to people from random corners of the world, or at least to sit. Yeah, there really isn't such thing as too outdoorsy. I wish I put a little bit more effort into like learning code or something, but I got snap over that. I tried to pick up on some stuff here and there, and do feel free to check out KYNTO, KYNTO. I tagged it. KYNTO is a avatar chat live. It's actually Snappa's passion project, and like mine is Subtropical Botanica, and his is Snappa. I mean, KYNTO. And I'm gonna be doing the subtropical meetups in there because I'm really trying to get some more content on subtropical, and it was never supposed to be a website. Is that a fly? Is that my grandpa? Hello, grandpa. It's not just supposed to be a website for me. It's supposed to be anybody could add information to it at their desire. It's been really hard to promote it in any way, in any meaningful way. All my posts are just either deleted immediately or just not accepted, and it's funny because like all the Facebook ads are like, yeah, join Facebook because you could promote your business and like build your business and meet your customers and this and that, but groups are so self-policed, so they're not like shut down or anything, that it's actually the people that are becoming a hurdle. But it's understandable because self-promotion could get a little if like there's a group with a specific like it could get a little intense, like Call of Duty group. Everybody was trying to make friends and build teams by posting pictures, but one too many cleavage shots were posted. Now no one could post a picture. You know, I got like any of that to worry about, but yeah. I'm in the mood. But Haiti is I don't know what they're gonna do. My friend is stuck in Port-au-Prince. That's where he lives, and he's a art teacher. He hasn't been able to have a class or school in a long time. The earthquake destroyed his school, and then of course the assassination onward to the full-blown just it's in a million pieces right now, and I'm just some random lady in Florida, so when I do try to talk to people about it, they either like go on about like, but it's our fault, and it's like, okay, ours, like you and I, or like the government that nobody could like, and like I see it all the time, and like the horrific things that are happening now. It's like, well, they get what they vote for. Is that what they vote for? Or do they vote like for the lies that the politicians say? That's why I never really blame anybody for how they decide to vote. A, it's none of my business, and B, like, unfortunately, a lot of people trust what politicians say, and like, not all of it. It's like, I don't know. It's way bigger than me, and it's just really hard to wrap my mind around. And I'm trying really hard to stay aware of what's happening in the world. But it's just a lot of things that I read about like 10 years ago as conspiracy theories are just coming to fruition, and it's maddening, and just, I don't know, definitely having some form of like like the other day outside to go plant stuff, and then I caught myself, I was just like staring so hard into a void, and just, I don't know. Very cool. Very cool Violence is Lit. I have a few books picked out because I want to start reading out loud, but I'm not sure. I got the like Florida stuff, but Man and His Symbols is one I think is one of those books I feel like everyone should have. And this, I don't know how it slipped my radar, but I keep reading through it. It's really just, oh my god, I love it. It just triggers so many Google searches. Gods of Eden. And I was gonna even read Tarot of Holy Light, like do like show the cards and the symbolism, because this is my favorite way to study symbolism is through tarot cards, because they use the symbolic language, and symbolism to me, it's also like been, let me just finally look it up, two global languages, symbolism and math or something. Well, now I'm seeing just two universal languages being mathematics and music. But, you know, I can see that too. Signs and symbols. Oh. 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 I think someone just made it up. Whatever. It still holds meaning to me. Symbolism as a global language. And a lot of the symbols are found everywhere. And I mean, All Seeing Eye is a good one because of how often it pops up worldwide. And that one makes sense to me. Why can't I find it? I don't know, I think it was just like one of those things that people just say Confucius at the end of it because it sounds deep. I don't know, because I can't find anything about symbolism. But, like, I remember as a kid in church, and, like, not only noticing the scenes, but noticing all these little specifics, like, the slain lamb with the cross over his shoulder, with his leg over the cross, or, flag, and I believe the flag had the Chiro on it, and the, God, why can't I think in front of the camera? Almond, let's say almond shaped, not vaginal shape, almond shaped plate in art. It's called a, mandorla. Mandorla. And that is just, you know, that, almond shape that is usually around icons. The mandorla. And of course also oh my god, I just ran over my own foot! Oh my god. I don't know how that was possible. Here. the Mantorla is the almond shape. And human luminosity to begin with, like, which is very easy to discern the discs behind the heads. You'll see it in every religion. That's why I think it's ludicrous that religions not only fight each other but have the balls to do so. And that's why I say, like, it's freedom of religion, not freedom to enforce religion. Like, and it could be such a healthy relationship between, and that's why I float around every single religion, because I want to have some form of understanding of, you know, my neighbors and brothers and sisters, and these schools of thought, like, go deep within the individuals, especially individuals that follow or believe, regardless of the religion. We don't choose where we're born, and all the correspondences. And then there's a few different things that I try not to like go into because of how touchy. You know, I study religion out of hobby. I grew up in Catholic school, and just as genuine understanding. I'm not trying to convince anybody or anything like that, but some people like could get really intense with it, and I've done pretty decent at avoiding that, because even questions like I've been told that I couldn't ask questions because I just I can't stand this like touchy like existence. I don't know. 90% of the time when I just stop talking, it's either because it was like, am I allowed to say that, or I just forget what I'm talking about. It's one of those reasons. But can enable can be seen as symbolic to killing the innocence of within one person. Like it is any of these. I don't understand how Bill Gates is getting like all this farmland, taking farmland from anybody who's like getting all this land, making all this food for the population, and like, I'm not even gonna say that. Everything that surrounds the flaccid idiot is all like population shit, and he's been quoted many times being adamantly pro depopulation. What does that mean? And I think if someone's pro depopulation, like, they shouldn't be able to control food and anything like that, or anything that goes into a human body. Like, I think it's very close to attempt. It's a joke. It really is. And he reached his height via consumers and corruption. Yes or no? Does that matter? I don't know. But the whole like depopulation thing, like, imagine I don't trust a single human that's pro depopulation. That just makes my life easier, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to think. And like, it's not like it's just getting like a bunch of land. It's like a bunch of land. And nobody's even pointing the cameras on the farmers that are screaming at the tops of their lungs to warn the population. And we've seen it. And a lot throughout history. Farms and farmers should be protected at all costs. That is our food. But I don't know how these like completely like flaccid, out of touch, like haven't touched the ground floor in God knows how many decades, people are getting to be in charge of like what goes into the bodies of the population, and then at the same time be pro or be for depopulation, whatever that means. So you're gonna make it so people can't give birth, or you're gonna say they could only have one kid? And you see what happens with the fertility rates. They're already succeeding in that, so what the fuck? And where is there to go? Like, I'm not naive. I know being born on this certain landmass, I have like a scarlet letter on me. That's how it feels. I don't care if that's how it is or not. That's how it feels. And I know so many good people. And I mean, it's humiliating. And like vets, real like vets, veterans. I am very anti-war. Okay, I'm not anti-vet. I am not. I think they should have a lot of respect, just pouring on them at all times. Because I don't know. I don't know. Everybody is being treated really poorly, and like it's all justified. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'd rather in 5 years, I mean, looking back at this video being like, oh, this is so embarrassing. Like, I was really freaking out over nothing. Rather than, like, me 5 years from now, looking back at this video saying, oh, can you believe what this idiot says? They should be in jail. Good riddance to them in this world because of their opinion. Like, that's just humiliating. Like, that really is. Like, I could get along with just about anybody. Always have, always will. I'm not one to really discuss politics because I know full well that I have no idea what's happening. I just know what we all agree is corruption says to us. So like, what we're supposed to try. I don't get it. Follow laws, treat neighbors and those around you well. Be a good person. It's like globalist elite rewiring of this entire population is terrifying me to my core. And that's what I try to tell my friends, like, I don't think these are who you think they are. But oh, whoa, that means you like this, like, I can't talk to them. Like, I don't think they're who people think they are. I think they're globalists, and I think they're, like, people like say capitalism, this and that. This is so far past that. This is like, they want control of it all. And like oh my god, and Klaus Schwab like going, and we will have Z power or something. I don't know what the hell he said. All I know is he said Z power, unironically, and it's being broadcasted on the news like. I'm glad I don't watch movies, because I would be like, oh, this is like this one movie, so it's totally normal. Like, I'm genuinely just worried, I guess. I didn't think this was going to turn into me freaking out for like an hour, but I can't shake it, and I know life is always chaos, and there's a part of me that's like, maybe it just feels like the world's falling apart because I'm actively trying to pay attention to every moving piece and not just what's in front of me, because most of my time is spent like I don't know, making stuff, and I listen to like podcasts and stuff as I work, but it's getting scary. And I can't, it's getting so hard to talk to people. And, like, not people. Like, it's amazing. Like, it's getting really hard to talk to, like, the people in my immediate surroundings. And it's crazy, because, like, oh my god. I'm sorry. I've been rambling and not looking at the chat. I'm really trying to get better at that, because I get, excuse me. Been talking too much. But, like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, am I supposed to just be like, oh, okay? Like, I'm gonna stop working and stop trying to, like, care for my mom because, like, the end is near, it's coming. I'm just gonna lay out with my tits out in the sun and just wait for... What does that mean? What am I expected to do with that information? Like, what? I don't know what it means. And it's, troubling. Oh my god. Oh, violence is life. Three boys and 3 girls, that's amazing. Isn't that incredible? To make a whole family. That is beautiful. I hope y'all are really holding up and everybody is good. And staying positive. It's getting a little difficult. But I don't understand. I don't understand if the end is in fact near, what are we supposed to do? For real though. Like, what does that look like to you? And like, what does it look like to you, and how would you describe that to someone who maybe is on a different page, or just somebody in a different size shoe? Because that's one thing I always have trouble with because I grew up in a Catholic school, and growing up I knew not everybody thought like that, and so my first, like, self-reasonings was trying to figure out how other people thought, and Like, I was always very curious as to, like, why my friends in public school got days off and we didn't. And then I'd go and look at the holidays and the Jewish holidays and figure out what they meant and, like, and, but, God. See, all of this is beyond my control. If an asteroid hit, it's beyond my control. Like, there's certain things that I just, like, don't really put too much worry in because of how small I am as, a speck of dust in, you know, whatever existence is. That's how I feel, anyway. And, so not everybody thinks the same. And not everybody is reading from the same pages. And, I just don't understand. Like, I remember I used to read a lot of Mark Twain when I was a kid. And, when he went to Hawaii, he's like, oh wow, it's so beautiful, and the people are so beautiful. I don't know exact quote, but he's like, it's a shame that they don't have the Bible, so they're not going to get into heaven. But where were they going to go? Are they going to hell because, like, they're just peacefully living on... There's certain things that my mind can't, like, get past. And, like, I think that's beautiful. I don't understand when that became, like a tragedy. And, just... See, Mark the Beast, I got that, because these tech companies, they're more and more, like, intrusive feeling technology. However, the Neuralink thing, it's... I can see both sides, but I see a lot of positives in that. People... There are a lot of people that... I mean, something can happen at any second, where something... you know, it hits us in the back of the head and we no longer could use our body. And, I mean, the man who lived his whole life in the iron lung just passed away. He lived his whole life in it. And, from polio, I believe. There's so many uncertainties. And, so, whatever fear I have for the future of technology, you know, at least that guy could play chess. Like, that is everything. And like I always say, I'm an individualist, so, like, I see the entire, like, not human experience, but, like, the whole existence in every individual. And not all individual is the same. And that's why, like, like, existence itself is just pure chaos. It's incredible. It's incredible to be lucid and, like, to be able to just see all the different types of plants, pull up on a log and see everything that's happening. All those little things are what gives me free soil. That rotting log in a few weeks is going to start breaking down, and in a few months it'll be black soil. From all those little things just, like, existing. Coexisting. Because there's hundreds of different species under a log. And, I fear humans are pattern detectors, and I feel like we also see patterns where we want to see them. And I fear that we are all walking right into a trap. I think, the amount of stuff that I'll hear on the news and I'll just do a quick fact check, and it's just not true, or out of context. And that's what everyone's watching. And so, like, they're hearing that and then getting all this hate for some random group, and then turns out, like, they didn't even say that, but that hatred doesn't just disappear. And then I hear it justified. Yeah, well, they did this other thing, so it's like, it doesn't matter if it's not true because of this and this and this. That's terrifying. You know, I'm human. I'm very cynical. I talk a little shit, but I'm very, you know, crafty or whatever. And can get along with everybody, but I do like laughing at, you know, the things that are bigger than us. And I've used comedy my whole life to cope. You know, I to this day, it's just life is never peace. It really isn't. Yeah. That's a good idea. Chess. I haven't played chess in a long time. And that'd be really good. I'm gonna get some coffee real quick. I won't be sad if you'll disappear because I'm just gonna go chess. Can't wait to play chess. Yeah, I think I started making a list, and I forgot to put the crack. But apparently, let's see, crack discovered. So, Agenda 21 and 30, Paris Agreement, Hong Kong being reabsorbed, pandemic, Florida's new city, the whole, like, it all, yeah. My mom fell into a coma, and then extreme lockdowns, and the BLM protests, Brexit, Haiti, the earthquake and president's assassination, Russia, Ukraine, Gonzalo Lira, Israel, Gaza, Haiti, and the border happening right now, the red heifers, eclipse, building of, I'm not gonna get into that. Bill Gates and his billions of bullshits, and then crack discovered across the U.S. Oh, let's see, what is that called? Civil War propaganda. What did they say is gonna be? Oh yeah, urban. Where do I live? The boonies. Rural. I live in an agricultural area. And there's a flyer in here. Just one thing after another. As I just wrote everything I remembered the last few years. Russell Brand actually mentioned Gonzalo the other day. By name. I said it really quick. Probably not really a can of worms. I just don't, that's one of those things I don't understand. Because, like, the people that, I know nothing about this dude other than he's a dude. And I see still, like, discussions on, like, good riddance. Like, not a single person mentioned his kids. I feel like this is what it feels like to be on a sinking ship. I think I am too sad now, and I'm going to blast some music. Some crude music. God, I can't. It's listening to stuff I listened to in middle school, which was a lot of band called Alkaline Trio. Their old stuff is still great. Madam Me, I was listening to that a second ago, and Beach Boys. I really like Brian Wilson, and the Crucifix, of course. And I was in Catholic school, and so like anything that triggered anybody, I was so into. And it's like it just felt like Twilight Zone all the time, and which is fine, but like they like demonized any form of questions, and some of it was like actual questions, and for curiosity, and they took any form of questions as just as like offensive. So I started acting out in other ways. I don't even want to show this shirt, but like I said that it felt like never mind. I have this shirt here. I made it in 5th grade. I'll show it, but I feel like it's just gonna make people think that they know my political identity when very much not the case. I thought I was a shit stirrer, alright? But I made this in 5th grade because they just said no one too many times to me, I guess. I made it with my pillowcase and a t-shirt, and I wore this, and I was like, yeah, because this is like Soviet Russia. I was in 5th grade, I had no idea what I was talking about, so please do not. Yeah. No, once I and I like got a CD from a friend that was an old, I think it was Carnival of Carnage, ICP. Hello, Charles again. How are you doing today? Hope everything's good. Are you not electric? yeah, you really do have to choose peace. And I've been trying to, like, and choose to think positive. And, like, usually I won't come on a stream if I'm in a bad mood, but I'm not in a bad mood. I'm just genuinely freaked out. And oh my god. Like, I haven't had an appetite in a long time. And I'm, like, trying to bulk up, and it's not good. And, like, I feel like I'm withering away, to be honest. But, it is a choice. See, I grew up in a really tumultuous house, and, I can't even think about it. See, this is how obviously, I don't know why I always have to defend, like, things affecting me, but not to y'all. I mean, just, I feel like I need to, even though I don't. No one does. If you feel a certain way, that's how you feel. There's ways to, like, lean into the feeling, and so, but really just chaos childhood. I don't know why anybody didn't step in, and it's something I'm still curious about, but, I'm really good at keeping myself happy, believe it or not. But, and, I know how it feels to suffer, and, that's the last thing I ever want anybody, like, someone could call me the most horrific name, and if I match that energy and, like, get creative with my words and, like, say something back, I feel so guilty. And, because I've lashed out in the past when I was younger, but now I know, like, my surroundings was not good. And, like, now my mom's just, like, stuck in a house. It's just a whole mess. I don't know. I do want to maintain, like, full transparency, because I feel like in a world so filtered, I feel like a lot of people feel like they're totally alone in certain experiences or sensations when they're anything but. And, like, I jokingly say, like, you know, A, I'm an American, I can't afford therapy. But B, like, memes, honestly, have triggered so many positive mental reactions, meaning, like, even the smallest thing, like, if you don't feel alone in something, it drastically changes that thing. And, I think, unfiltered existence should be, lingering online, because, like I said, I feel like, even I'm forgetting what people look like, and, like, I'll scroll through, like, and then, you know, my skin looks horrible, because, like, in my mind I'm comparing it, even though I know filters and this and that. It's just, it's so easy to fall into that, and, so I don't want to, mask any form of, human suffering, because then I feel like, I don't know, we're humans first, and we're making it's so hard to put into words. It's like, when you're suffering, it doesn't feel so bad, but when you see other people suffering, it becomes almost inexcusable. And, yeah, we do all have to go through hardship to become, good people. The God of which children is both of you. I don't want to say anything, but I have noticed some patterns. My friends, the ones that seem to be just totally advocating the dismantling of society, are the ones that would not starve, or, aren't starving right now. And, like, I tried to level with one of my friends, like, look, everyone I know is suffering. Like, I'm suffering. I, like, the guilt that is being put on me by not using my words. So I tried to say like I don't know, because also I don't, you know, I have a lot of friends that very well off families, but they're very experienced in life, like well traveled, well read, this and that, and know how the world works. But that just goes back to everyone is totally different regardless of upbringing. Like, I mean, my dad's living name for me was stupid C word and dumb fuck. So I am really careful with my words with other people because I don't want to affect anybody the way that, because words are not powerless. And yeah, I haven't lived with my parents since I was 16, so it's yeah. These are the people that I really do think, I really think that everyone should, like, engage in putting, even if it's behind a fake profile, because I don't know what to think anymore, and I know a lot of people are in that boat, because, it seems like if you, like, call anything out, you're labeled something, and, I'm not that. I don't want to be labeled as that, and that really terrifies me. And like, I don't censor myself. I never have. I always thought like I never will. But like regardless if anybody likes Candace Owens or not, what is happening to her is not fair by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm very terrified. I just don't think. I just don't think it's fair. I think and she's just like one person that I'm just freaked out. Freaked out to live in a world where if you have an opinion, like, that makes you like this hateful, like, vile person, and it doesn't. And sounds more like projection anyway. But you gotta keep your wits. And it really is oh man, can't sleep on the listeners. Yeah, thank you. That is a great way to I usually say I don't discuss politics because I'm not sure if they spread Lyme or not. Lyme disease. Cause ticks. But God, yeah, sorry to be in such a mood today. Just really, I don't know. And I'll probably be totally fine in like a sunshine rainbow next stream, but I just had to, like, I don't know, unload or something, or vent or something. And I very much appreciate y'all for everything. The last few years, heavy isolation, and like, I'm not just saying that y'all really make me feel like I exist again, and because it's so easy to just get buried, and or feel like you're buried, and it's there's just so much happening, and I'm trying my best to not get so focused on it, trying to get Mario, like, awareness, because he is stuck in Port-au-Prince, and stuff like that. But You have a friend like guilt tripping me, and then he goes to the place that I showed. It was not cool, dude. Like, he's never gonna see this. So I don't know. That's pretty much where I'm. This is like I personally do not drive. I always just used public transportation. Moving to the swamps, I didn't think actually about that, but I'm a homebody and a hermit, so I'm always at this desk. So yeah, I'm starting to put genuine thought into like what my future looks like as far as a family, and it just seems like the more I think about it, the worse the world gets. I jokingly look at the sky sometimes and I'm like, you think that's just funny? Just as a joke, a little haha, it's myself, you know. I don't know anything for sure or for certain. I do think that we're one of many civilizations that have sprouted up, and I think I'm starting to think that we do have instincts intact. Well, I already knew that we have instincts intact. But what I never really put too much thought in was our instincts leading us to space. And I always had this like funny like hypothetical scenario where there's essentially like a intergalactic cordyceps mushrooms that's like the electrical charges of our brains, and like it wants to spread through space, so you know our species invents all this stuff to fulfill that, to get into space and to breathe throughout space with this cordyceps. But it might actually, in my opinion, is starting to sway in the direction that our natural drive is to get off the planet, not to get off the planet, but to spread the human seed elsewhere. And I think the reason why the drive is to get off the planet to do so is because the planet has larger seasons. People call them mini ice ages. To me, that's like a season, I guess. I don't know. I call them larger seasons. And when the next season, like the Sahara Desert used to be a rainforest. So what's going to become the next Sahara, and what's going to become the next rainforest? Because the world is always turning. Like in 2012 when they were saying how the world is going to end, but really it was like the axis, or like our angle in space. I really, really would love to have a guest here to bounce stuff off of, so it's not just like thousands of hours of me online just like talking out my bum, but that I have a book. I didn't finish it. I read a good portion of it called oh my god, The Chariots of the Gods, about ancient when I was a kid in school, they said that time travel essentially is possible if you go a certain speed, and but anytime there's a UFO scene, it's always going like super fast, this and that, can like disappear in a blink of an eye. And I'm like, whoa, that's us from the future. Time traveling. So I thought when I was a kid. That was shortly after I told the most religious teacher there that God didn't exist and we were aliens when we created the world. I was in 2nd grade. Like reading like in the Book of Enoch, the thing being described as like a crystal clear, like a sea of crystal, or like clear crystal or something. And I have it written down. Yes. Crystal. I could just look it up. Yeah, sorry to be in a state today, cause what was that? Oh yeah, Book of Enoch, Crystal. Yeah, before the throne there was a sea of glass. Like, ooh, shoot. Ah, my phone's dead. I have to plug this in, but it's Book of Enoch, chapter 14. Before the throne, there was a sea of glass like crystal. And then that's when they talk about the creatures that surround the throne. I get cherubim and Nephilim mixed up a lot. I don't know. Would love to discuss this with anybody. Feel free to hop on KYNTO. Gonna start promoting it eventually. It's Snap His Passion Project, and he's the sole coder of KYNTO. So it's very alive, and it's changing every day. And yeah, but we're all perfectionists in our own little ways, and so it hasn't really been promoted yet. But that means, you know, it's nice and chill, so it could possibly get some good discussions going. I'm a Sagittarius. I am December 9th, so Sagittarius is some, and then there's that other, I always forget what it's called, the snake bearer, Cancer. Very cool! And pretty much everybody that I, deal with on a daily basis are Cancerians. Snap is also a Cancerian. He's, July 23rd. Yes, that's it. Oh. Ophiuchus. Probably pronouncing that totally wrong. But I was just reading it the other day because I wanted to make something with the symbol. Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus. Yeah, this is my turn. July 9th, that's a good one. I like 7s and 9s. Those are my two favorite numbers. And, okay. My phone is not happy. So, I'm going to charge my phone and eat real quick. And, today's supposed to swim the day away, but, I have to wait till next week, because it's still storming. And, I think it's actually quite late, and then 6 p.m. here. I might have thought it was like 4. Shoot. But, yeah, I'm gonna eat, offer some help to Snap. I think he wants to put some screen in, because we got these horseflies here. They're the size of a normal housefly, maybe even a little smaller, and they really sting. Really sting. Big welts. They're horrific, and they're really pretty, so, like, my first instinct is like, oh, let me take a picture. That's how I realized they were tiny little. Glad I got the picture, but oh my god, that hurts. I make these children clear. That's so cool, though. I cannot wait for that. True life. That's one of the big life things that I feel like is just becoming almost lost. I feel like a lot more preparation and understanding, especially raising children, because you're not raising children. Well, you know that. You're not raising children, you're raising the next generation. And that's why I can't stand, unfortunately, when people say they don't like kids. Like, they hate kids. Like, I can imagine, like, I don't really care. But, like, to straight up hate kids. You were a kid, I was a kid. Those kids aren't even going to be kids in 5 years. They're going to be, you know, teenagers and then adults and then seniors. Like, we all have come the same exact way. We were all babies. We were all, and like, thank God we're adults and like made it past all those developmental stages where so much can go wrong. And it's beautiful, and for that to be lost on society is very scary. Cause I don't know. That's why in a few years I do want to get my teaching license. I'll just get a bachelor's in psychology, and uh, to do like art classes or become an art teacher at one of the high schools or middle schools, because I think that's the best people to become teachers, is like, I don't know, people that are aware that the kids are not kids, they're gonna be the next generation. And like, oh my god, the school systems was not very good when I was younger, and there was a lot of complaints about it. And I remember all the time parents coming to school with the homework being like, what the hell does this say? Like, this isn't right, like, you know, and stuff like that. And then I remember the teachers being like, you know, I hate teaching it like this, but the school system, we have to follow the, how do you say, the curriculum. But, oh, well, happy birthday. That's incredible. Everybody I know that is a Sagittarius is either adventurous or crafty, and I might be biased, but I'm definitely biased. Oh, that's amazing. Teachers got a special spot in my heart, right up there with vets, because, gosh, I think retired teachers and vets are definitely, like, the two top tier, like, yeah, I feel really bad for teachers right now. Kids were getting really, really ballsy when I was a kid, like, but it used to drive me crazy. It's like, I was like, you know, had a hard time focusing, but it was amazing. Like, it got to such a point that I'm like, instead of like thinking like, oh my god, I wish this teacher would stop talking, I'm like, oh my god, I wish these kids would stop talking. I can't hear the teacher. And like, but you know, it's always something, I guess. But yeah, it's a personal choice to maintain happiness, because life will always be chaos. It really will be. And that's why I'm really happy to come on here. Next time, I'm going to be a ray of sunshine. I just know it. But yeah, to give some at least crafty ideas and stuff, because you don't even need money to make beautiful jewelry. The scrap copper is a great way to meet your neighbors, and I think that's very important right now, is meeting neighbors. That is so cool, Violence is Life. That is amazing. That is amazing. I have a acoustic coming in a few days. Snapo, just, I found a good one, and he's like, I'm just gonna get it, because, he's been making music, but I haven't been able to, because all my guitars are broken in one way or another. But finally got an acoustic going, so I'm really stoked to finally get back to making, because with the internet, it's so easy to send back files back and forth and actually collaborate with people across the world. Make a song with someone across the world. And I am fully on board using this as a tool from now on. I kind of avoided technology for my entire life, but now just trying to keep my mouth shut so I don't get like knocked down a peg, because I got a ton of stuff made, not just the stuff that I've been showing in streams, and I really want to start doing trades, barters, like little online yard sales, stuff like that, and like because yeah, I was getting into it. Yes, like I decorated this stick. So the reason why there's string on it is because I'm going to put it here so that I could wear the stick. I went to build a tabletop. Oh, that would be insane. I'm guessing like the actual miniatures, where I was looking at Warhammer stuff, because the Snappo's 3D printers out there, and I've been printing just about everything. So I want to get some pieces to paint and trade with people, and it's been difficult to try to start one of these. I'm trying to find like all the postal art movements to start trading stuff with people, because like I'm pretty sure for the next few months I'm going to be at this desk, so I'm starting to plan some some social activities while I'm here. But oh, that is such a cool thing to collect. I tried to do a, I don't know what I did with it. Huh. I printed out a little coffin shelf, but I wasn't having any ideas. I was supposed to organize. I think that is probably what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day, because I gotta get this table out of here. I tend to work on a bunch of crafts at once, but ever since I put this table in here, I've only been sitting at this desk, and I know it's because stuffing around it is a pain, so I know, yes, spring cleaning time. And I always regret not doing it during the winter, because it gets quite hot here, and we gotta clear out the garage. Where did I get the artwork? Over there? So that painting is my mom, and I think just like a guy on the side of the street painted that, and then those things I just did in like 2 seconds with charcoal. I'm not really a fan of that one. That one creeps me out a little bit, but I like that one. And then this, I found at a yard sale. And they were very confused as to why I wanted it. It's a little old, it's an old picture. But I really want to get back into painting. It's just, I can't focus anymore on anything. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts. It really is. Oh, shoot. I almost just like went out there and I would have forgotten. My phone is dead, so I'm going to charge this. I'm home for the rest of the day, so I'm actually going to be on stream in about another hour. And thank you all for letting me vent. I think I actually really needed that, because it's very difficult to try to navigate just not knowing what is happening, and how to think about it and how to react to it. I mean, like, and the posts are just really really gut-wrenching, and again, I always say I'm an individualist, and it's just because like I'm always concerned with the individual, because groups of people aren't groups of people to me. They're doctors, they're gardeners, landscapers, plumbers, electricians, artists, authors, like, you know, service people, just, you know, students. I don't know. My cat's angry. Thank you for stopping by, D23, and if you ever want to have any form of discussions, because there's a lot I'm trying to think through, I am always here, and please do feel free to hang around, because, hey, I just, at this point in my life, there's a lot of isolation, and I see that a lot in the world, and it's been a huge gift to be able to just sit and talk to in the ether. I really, really, appreciate your presence, and thank you so much for stopping by. And Violence is Life, hopefully one day, like, that would be really sweet to stream. And I could actually send a link and invite people onto the stream. I haven't tried it yet, but please do feel free. I'm always just a message away, and my cat is very angry. She's not angry, she's just pushy. I just fed her, but she knows I'm in here, and I put a little piece of cardboard in front where she usually stands to avoid this, but yeah, she's a very pushy cat. She's like the size of a pregnant raccoon right now. not because of irresponsible feeding, because I think she's thieving. I think she's roaming the streets at night and just eating everything she passes, because I can't figure out what else would be causing yeah, but anyway, happy trails, and hope everyone has a beautiful day, and don't let the world get you down, because you live once, that you know of, that you're certain of. And if you're not, like, you know, if you're certain you're gonna be back, like, fine, too. That's beautiful. But I love ones that I'm certain of, and I try to make every second last a lifetime, and yeah. I 100% believe in reincarnation, but I don't know. I just want to make every moment just, like, absolute magical. The most mundane things I don't find mundane at all. It's there's so much, just like, even just looking in grass, all the different varieties of grass, there's so much beauty to be found everywhere. Right now, not on the television, nowhere near televisions, but oh gosh, I'm getting ranty now, because yeah, but I really I just, you know, nothing could be created or destroyed, and in my heart of hearts, like, how I visualize death, if you will, is as soon as our body dies, whatever that electrical charge that is our souls, if you will, just floats all the way up, and then it gets sucked back